This message was approved by Scott Speed and RedPill Bill and supported by the MGTOW Federation. I am Scott Speed, sitting alongside my possible running mate, RedPill Bill. And we have decided that we may throw our hat in the ring, but even if we don't, we've come up with a solution about how to solve the national debt. And my proposal would be to charge fat women a fat tax, meaning you will be taxed for being fat. And I kind of come to the conclusion with a lot of due diligence and homework that we could pay off the national debt in 5 years if we tax fat women for looking like this. Now, if you think about this, by taxing the fat, not only can we control the cost of health care, we can balance the national budget and get it down to zero, because by taxing fat women in America, there is such a large amount of people to tax. Now, what I propose is, for instance, a woman this size, you can make a lot of tax off of her, is if you go to the grocery store, and this is just one way, if you go to the grocery store, we're going to put a government scale right there where you pay, and a sensor with a red light on it, like the one they point at your head when they're trying to shoot you. And when you stand on that scale, if you come in above a certain weight, you might have $100 worth of groceries, but if you a big fat ass, it's going to be $150. You're going to get fat taxed. Tax for the fat. Now, let's say you come back to the grocery store next weekend and you weigh less than what you weighed last weekend. You're less of a fat ass. Your taxes will be cheaper. You will get a tax break. I suggest even once a year when you register your car, that we are going to take you in once a year as a female. And if you cannot fit in an airport bathroom, you're going to get fat tax. Tax for the fat. Now, if you look at this, we're also going to give a tax credit. If you're a big fat ass and say you lose weight, well, next year you're going to get a tax break. And what this will do, it will help curb the epidemic of fat women in America. So not only can we reduce the cost of health care, men will not have to walk out their houses and look at this stuff. This is visual pollution. Grown men and children shouldn't have to look at this. I mean, if you think about it, if you cannot fit in an airport bathroom, you've done something wrong. Now, my proposal is this. If you're paying fat tax and the following year you get fatter, we're going to raise your taxes. You're going to pay more taxes. If you lose weight, you get a tax break. But if you look at American women, they have lost control. They've lost control of the car. Look at this. There is no reason for American women to look this way. And by taxing them and charging them more to be fat, it gives them incentive to lose weight. And boy, do they need incentive. America used to have some of the most beautiful women in the world. And now we have some of the most embarrassing women in the world. Look at the shape of these American women. Now, my proposal on the fat tax, and I had somebody in the audience ask me, well, how come you're not going to tax fat men? I can answer that. Because it's just not as many. And we couldn't bring in enough revenue. The women have lost control. Look at this woman's belly. It's coming out of her shirt. It looks like a booty. Now, come on. There comes a point in time where the government has to regulate everything. Now, women, you said that you wanted to be in control, and you've obviously lost control. You can't control what you put in your mouth. Now, to be fair, for all the fat women, if you join a gym, you will get a tax credit. We're going to give you an incentive to join the gym. And men like this, men who are dating these big land whales, we're going to tax you too. If you're dating a fat woman, you will get taxed extra for dating one. If you marry one, you're going to pay 50% more taxes. That's just the way it goes, men. That's the only way men will get taxed. This is the health minister of Belgium. Can you believe that? My goodness. This is the health minister. Belgium is going to be just like America. If this is the health minister, geez, come on. What doesn't this woman eat? We could tax her alone and fix all the potholes in major cities. And look at this, man. Think about this. With fat tax, we can fix all the streets. If all the fat women in America have to pay extra taxes, they'll have incentive to lose weight. Not only can we get our women to look like women again, we can fix all the potholes in the street. We can solve the homeless problem because the amount of taxes we're bringing in will be phenomenal. Forget gas tax. Let's tax the fat. Let's tax them. Healthcare costs is going through the roof because of fat women. They're too fat. They're overly fat. They're fatty McFat fat. America has never been fatter than it is today. It's the fattest country on earth. Even our actresses are fat, which we're going to tax fat actresses even more. We might call that the Rosie O'Donnell bill because you know what? They have an image to set, and they affect a lot of people. So if you're going to be fat and famous, you're going to pay fat and famous fat tax, period. And you know what else? When you're that fat, you release more gas. Females release a lot more gas. And what happens is all that gas is deteriorating the ozone level. You know what I'm saying? So we can save the ozone by taxing the fat. If this woman here had to pay 25% more in taxes just because she's fat, she'd probably lose weight. We can solve a lot of problems here. Health problems, visual problems. Who is that? Oh, that's Star Jones. Now, you know, she did lose some weight. Now, she's a good example. When she weighed this much, she'd pay a lot of taxes. But then she trimmed down. So she pays regular amounts of taxes. I believe all fat women should be taxed at a higher rate because it's gotten out of control. And the women propose fat acceptance. No. I propose no fat acceptance. If you're going to look like this, you're going to have to pay land whale tax. That's just the way it's going to go. And I think any politician who runs for president, they should use the fat tax bill. We could clean up America. Can you imagine men walking out the house and we don't have to see 300-pound women all day long like we do now? We could see normal-sized women like we used to. You can fly with your girlfriend and she can use the bathroom on an airplane. RedPill Bill. She could use the airplane. She could use the airplane bathroom. Most women today can't fit in the airplane bathroom. They're too damn big. American women have lost control of the car. They really have. They totally lost it. You gave them the power and they abused it. The fat tax bill will solve all the problems in America. Single men can go out and meet women that are under 300 pounds. You got women now, man. That's why the sale of SUVs is so big. Because these women can't fit in a small car. They can't do it. And I got news for you, man. Women are going to get mad at this fat tax bill. But I think it's the best thing in America. I think for sure we can pay off the national debt in 5 years by taxing fat women. This message was approved by Scott Speed and RedPill bill supported by MGTOW. Because there's one thing in America that we don't need anymore. We got too many of them. It's fat women. Too many. We can stop it right now. We can totally stop it. 100% stop it. I'm Scott Speed. Thank you for listening.